Hello and welcome to another Company of Heroes 3 game. My name is Fancy Josh, and today I've got a game for you between Xiaya as our Africa core, and his opponent today is going to be GenObi as our US. Map today is going to be longer. You guys know this map well, I am sure. Yeah, major cutoff points here and here. Pretty exposed, easy to get, connecting you to the majority of the resources on this right side. But there's plenty of resources up for grabs on that left side, and I'm looking forward to it. Something I really like about this map is kind of how close together the victory points are. I mean, this is not very far. And same goes for this side, so the shot blockers really make the map feel bigger. But as the game goes on and the hedgerows come down, it can feel like a lot smaller of a map. So this is from the new patch. This is the hotfix patch, right? They tweaked a few things. They had a bunch of bug fixes. The big one that I'm excited about is they fixed the towing one. I think everybody's probably run into the towing bug at least once, and they've addressed that. They toned back mortars a little bit, right? They gave them that. They do less damage to vehicles. And they don't fire quite as fast, but they still fire fast. Excuse me, the time to target right on those shots is up from 2.5 seconds. They also made like field defenses a little easier to destroy, which I think is a cool idea. They nerfed some of the drop-ins like Fulsham Pioneers and heavy machine guns, so you can't call them straight out of the gate. Just like a bunch of things that were not necessarily fun to play against. Which I like, I like that in a patch when you're not necessarily buffing or nerfing things, but you're, trying to make the game more fun to play. And that was, by the way, that was my big takeaway from their fireside chat that they had last week. If you guys didn't make it to that, I highly recommend making it to the next one. It's really fun to listen to their lead developer talk about the game. He's, really smart, really passionate, and likes to talk about the game. What is going on here? Scouts just... What are they doing? That's crazy. That's so much APM. That's hilarious. Well, I've been yapping about the patch, and here we are with 5 Pioneers, Panzer Pioneers on the field, as well as a motorbike. US players build much more standard with engineer into rifleman. And we do see our German players gone for Panzerjäger command and instantly added on these blockade equipments, so does have access to these tank traps here. And I'm curious to see what that's going to do, and I'm just quickly taking a look here. So, fingers crossed we see an elephant this game. I mean, that would be pretty crazy. They made the elephant way cheaper, both in terms of command points and in terms of fuel and manpower. So, elephant could hit the map a lot sooner, and I think that's going to be really cool to see against tank spam. I don't know. It's still... Elephant's a weird unit in 1v1s in general, but here's hoping. Now, the reason I think it's a little more likely is that they nerfed the artillery overwatch ability from this same battle group here, and that other ability, of course, competes with the elephant. So they buffed the crap out of the elephant, and they nerfed its competitor, so I think there's a good chance that we see that a little more often. 250 added on here, gonna drive away those riflemen. And overall, feels like fuel's been relatively even. We do see these Pioneers grabbing up this top side now. But I would say both players been trading it back and forth here a little bit. We got a clown car situation, flamethrower in the back of the 250. And this motorcycle looked like it wanted to try and finish that capture, but deciding to keep the unit alive. Scouts taking a horrible retreat path and are gonna make it. Yeah, just barely. So it does look like our US player's going to get this cut off, and that's a little bit devastating. Now we do see, he's grabbing up this fuel on the left side, so not the end of the world. Still going to have his fair share. But certainly annoying. So, it's been a little bit of a weird week in terms of uploads. I mean, I've continued my once-a-day upload schedule, but I did a couple team games. And if you're seeing this video, then I probably already have a poll on my channel asking for feedback on that. I'd love to hear your thoughts on, you were like, hey, I really like the occasional team game. I definitely plan to tone it back. I don't intend to do team games more than once a week, I would say, but I'm just taking a guess here. So if you really like team games and you want to see them more often, definitely let me know. Otherwise, I think we can plan on maybe one upload a week for team games, potentially. Flamethrower is continuing to be added on. No, he switched over to grenade launchers there. Breach ability used, going to bust those Panzer Pioneers out of that building. As we saw there, the breach instantly forced the retreat there. 250 coming in, though. And grenade launcher going to drive back these engineers. Now, does he have double grenade launcher? Yeah, he does. So he's got the grenade launcher on Pioneers, and they're also geared up with a... maybe? I'm tripping here? Okay, I'm tripping. So it's just the one grenade launcher that he's getting from being in the 250. But he is upgrading. Okay, so I was kind of right. Heavy machine gun added on for a German player. That's unusual. MG34 has pretty decent suppression, but not super great damage. So he's wanting to crowd control his opponent here a little bit. Now, okay, something I haven't talked about yet. Heavy machine guns got a huge, not a huge nerf, a huge change for the US. And overall, I would definitely consider it a nerf, but it's very much needed. Hopefully going to tone down the oppressive nature of the heavy machine guns. So what it is they've changed its received its damage reduction bonus, which was 20%. They changed that to 20% harder to hit. So against small arms, they're going to be just as effective. Well, in the ballpark, right? But for flamethrowers and grenades and mortars, they're going to be susceptible, right? And so that's to keep them open to counterplay while still keeping their identity. And look at that, grenade launcher just totally shredding that heavy machine gun. Simply incredible. Now it's going to be Rangers for our US player. Rangers, I don't think got a change. Let me take a quick look here. Oops, while I make something interesting happen on the screen. Rangers. If anything, they got a buff, I guess. Weapon crate drop no longer has a recharge time. So if you got the munitions, you can buy. So what's he got on these guys? Looks like if I could hit the right key. Looks like it's going to be an LMG and a bazooka, so a little bit of both, which is just perfect against this 250. And it looks like he's going to chase this unit down a little bit here. Missing the first bazooka shot. 250 does see it coming, though. Going to back away. And 2 shots missed by those bazookas. That is a very low veterancy squad, right? Only Vet 1, or Vet 0, I should say. So not hitting any of their shots yet. Good God, they keep missing those bazookas. And those Rangers in a really bad position here. Fortunately, heavy machine gun covering. Grenade coming down, not going to connect. Rangers got to go, though. And are going to get out of there. Hitting Vet 1 on their way out the door. Grenade's not going to connect. 250 can't chase. And advanced logistics on the way here for the US player to get discounts on those infantry squads. And we are going to see Rangers for days here, I think. I suspect we'll see survival training next. He does already have a medical station. So, no surprises. So, US German player is going up to support elements. And does he have... Looks like there's a little fight down here. Just trying to figure out if he has access to... Yeah. Are we going to see... Gah, brain's not working here. This 250 might go down there. No extra grenades going to come out. And he's going to drive him back there. So what I'm trying to say here is, does he have... Yeah, he has mechanized company. So potentially Stug's on the way here. And yeah, right as I say that, he's adding on a Stug. Stug's, of course, pretty decent against bazookas in general. Now, Rangers don't get a vet bonus that increases penetration like bazookas do, so I do like this Stug. You'll see Sturmpanzer as an answer to Rangers in 1v1 when it's the Wehrmacht. So I like the idea of the Stug. Same here. Now, unfortunately, because our US player's going Rangers, we're probably not going to see any tanks, which probably means we're not going to see an elephant. I know everyone's disappointed, but I'm sure I will be able to find a game in the next couple weeks that has that. If you have a sick elephant game, definitely send it my way. Sprint being used here, closing the gap. Actually going to use Breach. Heavy machine gun was already in the process of getting out of there. And a grenade dropped in the door by these Panzer Pioneers. Going to stun those riflemen. Riflemen should make it out okay. Rangers closing the gap here. And Stug has hit the field, so rolling up. Gonna get some shots down. Ooh, man, grenade doing a number on those Pioneers. Both players trading munitions and a significant amount of manpower there. But ultimately, both players gonna be able to walk away. We do see combat half-tracks added on for our German player. So it does have those mortars to help him out here. This player has gone for a bazooka, which I think is a fine choice. Now, like I said, I mean, bazookas... Well, it feels like none of the mid-range US anti-tank options are super great against a Stug. And that's by design, right? It's more... It feels like the Stug is dealing with deterrence rather than kill threats from the US. So, we do see upgraded bazooka damage coming in, though. 250 gonna drive back those scouts, trying to grab up the fuel. Victory points looking pretty even, all things considered. German player ahead a little bit here, but is going to grab up. Oh man, what a hit on that. And that, hey, that's the patch right there. That is the patch in action. This Stug, indirect fire, AoE effect, not affected by their new passive, and did huge damage there to that heavy machine gun. Very cool to see. Now this pack gun, I'm a little surprised to see this from our German player. Like, I'm not surprised to see Jaegers, right? You don't know if your opponent's... When he added these Jaegers on, he didn't know what his opponent was doing. Oof, captain being lost track of there. US player going to drop that unit here. So what I'm trying to say is, this pack feels like a little bit of a mistake. Is that a dead bazooka? Nope. The pack gun, I mean, if you see Rangers from your opponent, like, you shouldn't be thinking vehicles too much, right? That's easy for me to say with perfect vision. But yeah, pack gun, maybe a little bit of a mistake. Not going to be the end of the world, of course. Flamethrowers, bazookas added on for those Rangers. 2 out of 3 squads currently upgraded. And what does our US player need here? Survival training. Survival training could be good. I mean, he's got 1 million fuel, but Ranger players always have 1 million fuel and no manpower. Because of the upkeep on those Rangers is pretty devastating. Yeah, we'll see what he's got in mind here. Feels like he's going to just continue to upgrade into Rangers and continue to add on supporting infantry roles. Could potentially see a mortar here, although I'm not sure how I'd feel about that. Potentially another heavy machine gun, but with the nerfs to the heavy machine guns, maybe not. Rangers getting crazy aggressive there, not actually getting a whole lot done. He's just fighting for the sake of fighting, it feels like. I mean, he is taking control of the center. He is grabbing this fuel on the right side, so I take it back. You know, he's keeping his opponent in his base while taking up territory, and that's exactly what you want to be doing. The machine gun set up to support. Stug shelling away at long range here, and with like 16 Pioneers on the field, I'm going to be able to repair these units up pretty quickly. Bazooka's going to take down the 250. So nicely done there. And it is going to be survival training on the way for our US player, giving extra health. Is it 10 or 20 extra health per model? Gotta be 10, right? Surely. It's not going to tell me from this menu, which is dumb. The only way to see it is to actually go look at this and on this guy while in this view. Yeah, 10% or 10 health, which, if I recall correctly, is a lot. Well, it's 10%. Basic. It's a little less than 10% for Riflemen. Riflemen have 105 health per model for a total of 630. So 10 extra health absolutely makes a difference. But, yep. Grenade doing full damage to that heavy machine gun. Because patch things. Ambulance has been added on for our German player. And these Rangers just absolutely running through these lines here, supported by this heavy machine gun in the back. And I guess I'm tripping because that was a German heavy machine gun eating that grenade a minute ago. Yeah, I got overexcited, I'll admit it. And Bazooka's doing real good work on this Stug, and German player gonna surrender here. Wow. Wow. Yeah, he got run over a little bit there. And I guess this end of the game tells the story here a bit, right? Is that a US play? I mean, I don't know. He lost to 250. He was probably going to lose the Stug. He was probably going to lose the ambulance. He was probably going to lose the AT gun. He did lose his heavy machine gun. So he's probably frustrated with the state of that game, just losing all those units in quick succession. I don't think that that game needed to end there, but that is his prerogative. I do think I'm going to upload this video. Sorry for the shorter game today, folks, but I do want to talk to you guys a little bit about the patch, and this is my opportunity to do that. So, with that said, I hope you guys have a good evening, and I will see you in the next video.